And I do need to understand what you do with your hair, bro, because mine turns into a rat's nest. And we can talk about this on set, but we'll just hook it up.
Are you talking to me or Kayvon?
Mark, I'll be there, Mark, soon. I mean, you pull it back, and it's like
I'm thinning, man. I'm
a Hulk
the last
Hogan
12
person.
months. The pandemic has not been kind to the top of my head, man. I'm gonna start having I'm gonna have a sunroof.
Really?
And then just like long on the sides.
So you call what I have a sunroof? Did I hear you correctly?
A sunroof. It's transparent, but like the same weight on the side. That's what I want. I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, sorry. I've taken up enough time in my allotted slot.
I'm a Verizon engineer. We built our 5G nationwide so millions of people could do what they love in Verizon 5G quality. And in parts of many cities, we have ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. This is 5G built right, only from Verizon.
Welcome to the PaleyFest. I am Kyle Newacek, and I am absolutely delighted to be your host for this special festival conversation honoring the FX series, What We Do in the Shadows. Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang.
Special thanks to PaleyFest official card, Citi, and welcome to the Citi card holders watching the show. And also, thanks to the festival sponsor, Verizon, for helping to make this event possible. Today, we are thrilled to welcome the members of the gifted cast and creative team of FX is What We Do in the Shadows. Joining us are executive producers Paul Sims and Stephanie Robinson. All right, yay, woo. And cast members Kayvon Novak, Matt Berry, Natasha Dimitriou, Mark Prosh, and Harvey Guillen. Welcome, everyone.
Thanks for having us, Kyle.
How are you, Kyle?
Thanks for having us, Kyle.
I'm doing okay, doing real good. I know you guys have been doing a lot of these panels over the last couple months via Zoom, and I'm supposed to ask you guys questions, but I think in a service to myself, I'd like to ask the question, what are the questions you get about the show that you least enjoy? just so I know and can take some notes. Anything at all? What are they?
Well, I constantly get asked, is Nandor finally going to have sex with Guillermo? And I can't give that away. So
Right. Okay, noted. Anybody else?
okay.
I do have one, which is I like the questions when people say how much of the show is improv and how much of it is written. I like the question, but I feel like I've answered it wrong 15 times, and it was only after reading an interview that Stephanie gave where she gave the best answer, which is we work really hard on the scripts so that if all the actors had a stroke and could only say their lines in the script, the show would still be funny.
Did I say that?
Well,
A
no,
stroke?
that's
you embellishing on my
But you said that
Okay.
we work really hard on the scripts to make sure everything is super funny. But then when we're shooting, we get that, and then we go, guys, do what you want, and there's tons of improv in it. But I think some people have this idea that when there's improv, that you'll just get a scene that's like, okay, guys, be funny about this, and it's like the wild west.
Wild
Jim
West.
Copy that.
Yes,
I
we're
will
on
not.
a rough Friday.
I won't ask that question.
None of
Anything
this.
else?
No, that's all I got.
Any
Everything
other
else-
questions you hate? Matt, Mark?
Don't the ones about like the vampire research? I don't know. We all watched
Wacky.
Twilight once.
Copy. I won't ask that. Copy that.
I watched Twilight and then I'm out.
Okay, great. Good. Okay, so I am just going to continue with the questions that I picked because I'm not a very good improver. So here we go. From Rolling Stone to the New York Times to USA Today, What We Do in the Shadows was included in over 50 best of 2020 lists.
Wow.
Season 1 was well regarded, but season 2 was universally acclaimed. Now, was there anything that shifted or changed in the process of the
A
show,
salary.
like a vibe that was brought to the set or anything like that?
I can't think of anything.
No, that's
okay.
Yana Gorskaya, our longtime editor, directed some episodes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
cool.
the key.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's very
We
talented.
had this other director do like half the season.
I don't remember
Surfer
that.
was
guy.
his
We all
name?
called him Surfer guy.
Surfer brought. Oh, so it was a vibe that was brought to set. Okay, cool. Nice. Nice. The vibe thing. All right. Excellent. Very good. Thank you for that. And
Where's
congratulations.
Lana?
So look at you guys have had some impressive guest stars on the show, including Beanie Fieldstein, Vanessa Bayer, Nick Kroll, Kristen Shaw, Dave Bautista, Craig Robinson, Haley Joel Osment, Benedict Wong, Lucy Punch, and Mark Hamill. Any favorites?
Did you just say look it?
What do you mean?
Before asking that question? Look
Yeah, I
it.
said, all right, look it.
Look at you guys.
All right, look at this, you guys.
I liked, obviously I did a lot of stuff with Beanie. That was so much fun. And she's like such a superstar. But I loved watching Benedict Wong and Matt Berry greet each other because they're really good friends in real life and they really held each other. And they've both got similar hair from the back. So it was like Matt hugging himself. And it was really sweet.
Vanessa Bayer was great. Having
Yeah.
her play my love interest was really fun because we were friends before the show. So it was nice to have her around. And I hugged her in an appropriate long time too, just like Matt did with Benny.
Good for you.
I would say Benny and Mark Hamill. And of course, does Anthony fit into this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah.
Because I always like working with him. He properly makes me laugh. Says the most disgusting things, which don't get sort of broadcast, but are good fun. Make the day go fast,
Awesome. Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Haley Joel Osmond. Sorry to interrupt, Carl. There's a delay.
No, go ahead, man.
There wasn't a
Haley.
delay. Yeah, Haley was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was amazing and had really good stories. Really loved working with Haley.
Yeah.
Harvey, what you got?
So Haley, I worked with his sister before, and so I kind of met him, but not really worked with him, and it was nice to have scenes together. So yeah, Haley.
She's also called Haley.
Right on. So hey, just piggybacking on that, raise your hand if you have Mark Hamill's phone number.
I could get it.
Nobody got his. Harvey did.
I actually don't have his number. I have his email because his
That's not
daughter
his phone number.
was in touch. Yeah.
I've got his email, if that counts.
I guess I can do it again.
I
Okay,
have it.
raise your hand if you have Mark Hamill's email. Sick.
But I must
Come
explain.
Come on, Ash, get in the game.
I must explain. It's because we had a Zoom together. That's the only reason.
Cool.
Okay.
I like it. You guys are all too cool for getting the numbers and asking people for that. That's radical. I think that's
No, I was too busy in the craft services van.
Paul Sims. Your sleep habits have prompted some people to compare you to a vampire yourself.
Yeah.
Has this in any way helped in running shadows? Like some actors can go method. Are you pioneering being a method showrunner?
No, but I do think I'm the only person who loves a night shoot. And if a night shoot ends at 6 a.m., that's my time of day and I love it. But I do realize it's hard on everyone else. So I try not to do it as much as possible. But it doesn't bother me. I feel like I'm more focused and wider awake then, but I realize I'm an outlier in that way.
So one thing when I came on board was it was kind of hard for me to understand, but then also became super cool was the documentary style of the show coming from single camera. And I actually found it to be helpful when doing the magic of the visual effects and stuff like that. I wanted to ask you, how important do you feel the documentary element is to this show?
Who, me or Stephanie?
I'm asking you still, but you guys can both chime in if you'd like.
No, let Stephanie answer it.
All right,
It's a good
Stephanie.
question. We can
How do you
tag
feel?
team it. I feel like it's very important. Otherwise, it's just like a sitcom about vampires, which is fine, I guess, but it's not quite the show. But I don't know. I think that's the fun of it, right? Because it grounds it in a way that I feel makes the show and the comedy work. When you are sort of winking to the audience that it is a documentary, you really have to go out of your way to make sure that every other part of the world that we're exploring feels as real as possible. So like the Staten Island aspect, the next door neighbors, the city council, I think all of that needs to feel as real as possible. And I think that is sort of one of like the magic keys to making the show work. When that feels as real as possible, I feel like the rest of our cast can be as big and crazy and as surprising, maybe in a way that probably wouldn't work as well if we were doing something that felt more crazy and big and everyone was crazy and big. I think that rooting it in some sort of reality is the thing that makes this show work.
And it's one thing that Jermaine and had to teach everyone at the very beginning to you probably know as a director, you're always tempted to cheat a little bit and go like, well, wouldn't it be better if we had nice close up here? But if you really stick to only what a documentary crew could do, I mean, you start cheating, and before you know it, it turns into the monsters, which I love, by the way. So maybe that wouldn't
definitely.
Me too.
It's definitely one of the great challenges of the show, but also something that sets it apart from a visual standpoint in a major way, and something that I have since fallen in love with. Stephanie, On the Run was on nearly every critic's list as being one of the best episodes of television of the whole year.
Is that true?
Yeah. Would you
know it's true?
Is that true? I don't know.
I wouldn't say it.
I haven't read that
wasn't.
anywhere.
I wouldn't say it if it hadn't been written for me and I'm parroting it. Let's say it is. What would you like to revisit the idea of Laszlo being on the run in season 3, or is it kind of like we did it and been there, done that kind of a thing?
I don't know. I think so much of the fun of that episode is that it did break form in a way. I think that if we were to try to force that scenario again, it maybe wouldn't feel as authentic and as funny. But I think to that end, doing an episode like that, I think, was surprising for everyone, at least in the writing side of things, I think, because it reminded us that, wow, we can really do whatever we want in ways that maybe make sense or didn't really necessarily make sense early on in the show. So I think, and maybe Paul can speak more to this, that I feel like there's an opportunity to really sort of break format with all of the characters and push the show into different limits that maybe we hadn't necessarily considered before, different settings, different format, different characters, in a new way to sort of, I don't know, explore what we've already sort of established.
Yeah, I think the way to do a Jackie Daytona again is not to like Jackie Daytona's second adventure, but rather episodes which we have ones planned where you're all of a sudden the show goes in a completely different direction than it's done before. Just always pushing the boundaries, challenging the limits, whatever.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Push that boundaries, envelope, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Push the limits.
No.
I like that.
Okay, last question for Paul and Stephanie right now. And this one comes from our sponsor, Citi.
All right.
Okay.
What can you tease about season 3?
Season 3, a whole bunch of cool stuff. In fact, all the actors here are getting the first 3 scripts today sometime this afternoon.
No.
Oh.
No. Oh, you're happy about
Just funny, just a lot of funny stuff, man. I don't know. I don't want to give
Hell yeah.
anything away. I know it's
I don't know, what can we tease? There's got to be
Tease something.
something.
Give us
Didn't we?
something.
What have we
Give us
given
something.
before? Big birthday.
We're getting a hellhound. We said that before.
Talked about the
Yeah.
hellhound.
There'll
There
be a
will be
hellhound.
more animals involved this season.
Which we all love.
Oh, good.
With the goat before and all
Hopefully more goats.
the wild dogs.
Oh my god, the goat guy.
I don't need the goat. I just want the goat wrangler on set.
Yeah.
What
I
was
think-
his name? What was the name of the goat? Sorry, I just remember his wife kind of with that big pole going, "Go this way, come on this way."
Wasn't it Peter?
You're the goat.
The goats was Peter?
I think,
That's-
yeah,
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
it
with
like
the big
Peter or
stick.
something like that?
Warmer.
I don't remember. I blocked that.
I remember her saying the traffic was really bad, which is why the goat was misbehaving.
He gets road rage pretty badly.
Oh God.
All right, cool.
Oh,
So
you
hey,
know, I can
oh.
tease one thing, but I won't say the
Ooh.
name because I've talked to some of the cast about it. A character that we've known before in the show will be joining us for sort of like a season-long arc, and it's going to be
Yes.
very fun and exciting.
Yes.
It's not Nick Kroll, but it's a character that we all know and love. The end.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The
Interest
superb
peaked.
owl. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it the owl himself? All right, cool. So hey, Matt, I had one other question for you, dude.
Yeah.
You released a killer album this year.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Phantom Birds. And when I was listening to the album, which was one of the greatest sonic experiences of 2020 for me, I remembered you saying that you had a little setup while we were filming season 2.
Yeah.
Any of those tracks come
Yeah,
out of
3 of
that?
them. Yeah.
Really? Oh.
Yellow Bird was written in Canada, ended up in the show, and then was developed for the album. Take a Bow, which is the first one on the side 2, that was written in Canada, and ended up on the album.
Awesome.
When I was listening to the album on my headphones in bed and Yellow Bird was playing, I was like, God, I've heard this song somewhere before and I don't know where it is. And then I realized that it was a more serious version of the Naja and what's his name, Laszlo.
Because what you do is with PRS, you give them 2 different titles, then you get paid twice for the same song. Everyone's a winner.
Boom. That's awesome, man. Great. Congratulations on the album. That's really fantastic, dude.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, Kyle.
Yo, dude. When I first started on the show, I was absolutely flabbergasted at the amount of knowledge you have about the subjects, the draining subjects there's only like a couple lines written in the script. And then I realized quickly, if I just don't call cut, you can keep going on the particular topic and just keep spilling out knowledge. What's your process for that, man? What do you do?
I'm just a babbling brook of bullshit. I mean, I just steer it into areas that I kind of have a basic knowledge of, which are it's a narrow, amount of topics and knowledge. So
do you ever study up on the topic, or it's all stuff that's floating around in your head already?
Yeah, I think if I were to study up, then it would start to sound almost like I'm trying to teach or something, or just being very scripty. And I think I would lose what's funny, because a lot of times my ahs and ums are me trying to think of the next thing I'm going to say. And so if I were to script it, I wouldn't have my awful cadence in there.
That's part of the thing that keeps it going, keeps it fresh. So that's very cool. You just go. That's amazing.
I just go.
Wow, what a skill.
Well, let me tell you, it's not, I mean, until I met my wife, it wasn't the greatest skill, for dating or any else in life. So,
well, speaking of pre-marriage for you,
let's not, I hope.
Where is this?
No, it's
go?
well, no, okay, come on. I'm bringing it around. Trust me.
No, you've got my attention. I love it.
Yeah.
How much research did you do for
a lot? I first saw you when I was in the Workaholics writers room playing Kay Strauss, a viral yo-yo professional. that we watched religiously, dude, because it was the funniest shit we had ever seen.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
And it occurred to me with season 3 around the corner that that gag, that thing that you did was so special. I don't know that you could pull that off now with the fame from Shadows. What do you, is that something that is like, it's like a time that's passed, or how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think K-Strauss, I with that, I would want that just to live on its own. And, there's still people that will comment that they think it's real and that I'm a moron, which is great because that's what I wanted in the first place. I didn't want anything out of that. I just wanted to make, my buddies laugh. But there's some things that my friend Jason Walliner and I did something that's a bit adjacent to K-Strauss called Good Morning Tri-State.
The best pilot.
So good. It's probably the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And
Which-
I tell you that all the time, Mark.
I know you guys are very
every
flattering, but which is a fake morning show, but no one knows that it's fake except me, who's one of the 2 hosts. And that has a little bit of life into there's a possibility that might be coming down the chute at some point with
Awesome.
Jason again.
So it's not over. Fame doesn't kill the trick.
Well, the trick is you go to a different continent, I think. So yeah, and yeah.
Well, what about, have you considered getting the,
Asia? Mark's coming.
have you considered getting the Sacha Baron Cohen prosthetic so your head is twice the size of your regular head and people don't recognize you? Maybe that's the approach.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't think, I think I'm not as recognizable once the glasses are off and
Prove it. Take them off.
Wait, who's that?
Right.
Oh,
so
You're
no,
right.
I think just a mustache and maybe a wig would do it. So
that's
but we'll
awesome.
see. I don't know. Who knows?
Kayvon,
Hi.
we just slipped into production when I was doing season 2, and I never really got a chance to ask you about your voice, about Nandor's voice. And I actually am very curious about this. You probably talked about it a bunch, but
I did. Remember that bit where you asked us the questions that we get asked that we don't want to answer anymore? That was one of them.
Oh, you should have told me, because then
No.
I'm
happy. I'm happy to talk about the accent.
I'm just curious on a couple levels, like, where'd you come up with it? And I'm sure I don't know. I'm sorry, but I want to know, where'd you come up with it? How'd you do that?
I came up with the accent about 15 years ago. Yeah, because I'd call people up and pretend to be a Polish guy called Janek, who wanted to get some work, and I would call anywhere just to fuck with them. And then when I watched the film, then when I got the audition and I read it, I felt it was like Jermaine and Taika's character from the movie kind of molded into one, leaning more towards Taika's. And he also had gone with a kind of flat, but he's so small German, I suppose, it's a, come on guys, let's do what we need to do, but it kind of fit the rhythms of how he spoke. So I just kind of dusted off that 15-year-old kind of Eastern European accent, and it just seemed to click with Nandor. So I was like, well, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. And then I went to meet Alison Jones.
It's so awesome and incredibly contagious. I find myself on set doing that voice without even really thinking about it, just because I want to be in on the fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just want to try words in that voice, and it's
You're very
so
good
awesome.
at it. And actually, for a performer, I think sometimes you get other people mimicking your voice that you're doing on set, and in a way, it's kind of unnerving, because you're like, oh my God, they can do it just as good as I can. And then you start getting really insecure about it. You're like, shit, man, Carl just did a better Nandor improvisation than I did, man.
And he has long hair.
Make this
Well-
guy an exec, and he has long hair, and he's tall.
I'm coming for you,
And
bro.
goofy.
To
Can I
Kyle's
just say-
point, I feel like I feel like Kayvan's voice or accent is the one that is most often attempted at being mimicked while we're talking through story, just
I was
because it
just-
does not feel right to talk about that character unless we are like thinking of Kayvan's voice.
I was just thinking that I am the exact opposite of a performer. I don't like public speaking. I don't do voices or anything. But when we're in the writers' room, Nandor's voice is, when we're talking about lines, is the only one that I don't know. Guillermo,
Can we hit up? Yeah, come on, let's. Come on, man, more. So yes, that is. Can I just say that? No, I'll tell you later.
What?
No, I was gonna make a joke about you looking like those YouTubers that do like running commentaries of the Phantom Menace,
Me?
by saying how much they hate it.
Wait,
Well,
me?
they like they comment, they make videos about YouTube videos that have got millions of hits, and their YouTube videos got like 3,000 views.
Oh wow.
Like
That's
you're
a
really
great-
that you've nailed it. Just everything: the microphone, the hat, the look, the fucking painting that you did of a corn on the cob above a fucking sofa, man. What is that?
I must. You're gonna have
You
to show
grew
me
that fucking painting,
world.
and you.
This sounds
Your
like an
yacht.
awesome YouTube world. I'm gonna have to jump in. And I do need to understand what you do with your hair, bro, because mine turns into a rat's nest. And you know, we can talk about this on set, but we'll just hook it up.
Are you talking
Well,
to
I'm
me
saying-
or Kayvan?
Mark,
Well, I
yeah,
think-
I'll be there, Mark, soon. I mean, you pull it back, and it's like
I'm thinning, man. I'm thin.
I'm a
The
Hulk
last
Hogan
12
person.
months, the pandemic has not been kind to the top of my head, man. I'm gonna start
Oh,
having
no.
I'm gonna have a sunroof,
really
and then
doesn't.
just like long on the sides.
So you
I'm
call what
kinda
I
looking
have
forward
a
to it.
sunroof? Did I hear you
Yeah,
correctly?
a
Okay.
sunroof.
That's
You look
It's
amazing.
transparent, but like the same weight on the side. That's what I want. I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, sorry. I've taken up enough time, my allotted slot.
Yeah, so okay, Harvey, what's up, buddy?
What's up?
Congratulations on being included in the Out 100 list.
Yeah. It's
The what?
that's what
Sorry.
I do. Like it's Out 100. It's for queer performers.
Oh, great.
Oh, you're against, Mark.
Whoa.
That's a joke. That's Mark.
Wait, you're gay? What?
Hold on.
Spoiler.
Can you talk about the importance of being a role model in the LGBTQ and Latinx community?
Yeah. Well, I grew up not seeing anyone like me on TV because no one was queer, fat, or Mexican. And so if you don't see yourself represented, then you become the first one. Yeah, it was nice to get that feedback. I didn't think it was gonna be taken the way it was, and a lot of, there's a lot of kids out there who don't see themselves on television, especially with a show like ours that deals with goth and vamp and all that. So there's a whole community that loves all of us, and the idea that this whole show is queer, the characters anyways, that really resonates with all of the people who feel like outsiders. So I'm, as you know, I'm super proud of being part of a cast that's so welcoming and that supports the LGBTQI community. So yeah.
That's awesome, man.
That's
Congrats.
it.
That's great. Well, I have a question for you because you're on social media a lot. I know you're on the IG and doing all that stuff.
IG.
When did you realize that the show was a hit? Was there some tell when you were scrolling, and maybe was there some time that you can pinpoint when you're like, oh my God, this is big?
I think when the fan art started rolling in, it was the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, that's so cute. And someone drew a cute caricature. And I thought that was really cool. And then it just there was a time where it was every day. There was all of these pieces coming in, and they were tagging me on stuff, and to the point where I was trying to save them, but there was a lot. And then when we did the Before the Shadows show, we could showcase it, and we started showing off the art there, and we still have tons of art that we still haven't shared, just because the fans really love to take control of the idea of what might happen next season or this season, or things could have And I don't even know if how the writers' room even think about that, because like when I see their played out fantasies, I was like, I don't think we would ever do that. But
I love the fan art. The fact that someone would likes the show so much that would take the time to sit down and create their own sort of adjacent thing or their own interpretation, it always delights me.
It is sort of every other day or every single day you see something new is really special.
yeah, I think
I
for me,
love the running theme that I always look like Ron Perlman in all the fan art that's done.
Uh-oh.
I was gonna say for me, the piece that like made it was this doctor surgeon like in Montana or something carved the like Guillermo like pose out of like wood. Like I think I sent it to Paul. Paul, you got it. Like I sent it. It was like it took him like 500 hours, something crazy, and it's like detailed. Like so, then he sent it to my agent, and I have it in my place. And I was like, I kind of it kind of arrived, and Guillermo the sign was broken, so I felt bad. But
And he's a doctor.
And also Cult Crochet, who she knitted all of our
yes,
clothes. She's amazing.
we all
Yeah,
got
she is.
all of that. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's awesome, man. Remember when Lin-Manuel Miranda said "Viva Guillermo" at the Emmys?
Oh yeah,
That was tight.
Right.
that was tight. Yeah,
I just remembered that.
He's a big supporter. He's a big Shadows supporter, and he's super nice, and part of the Latinx community. So yeah.
Okay, last question for you. Who's the most famous person in your DMs right now?
Army Hammer.
I want to eat you. I want to eat you, Harvey. I want to eat you.
Cut to commercials. Cut to commercials.
Sorry.
Natasha.
Sorry, I took Harvey's answer there. Who is it? Famous person.
Okay, Harvey, you got it. I mean, it was great.
Well,
Way to jump
Natasha,
in.
do take my answer.
Oh, you guys have the same. Wow, he's really getting around, huh? Cut to commercials. Natasha, congratulations on your Critics' Choice Super Award win for Best Actress in a Science Fiction
Oh,
Fantasy
yeah.
Series.
Thank
Well
you
done.
very much. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Look, it's a dog.
Is that the trophy?
They send
That's
dogs.
your award.
That's your award?
Send
Wow.
5 dogs.
Wow.
I thought you were going to put that dog down before you came to Toronto.
He keeps messaging me saying, "What are you going to do? You're going to put it down?" Oh, he's been put down. Look.
Oh no.
No.
Oh.
No, that's not funny. That's not appropriate. Joking about dog corpses. Oh no.
Oh.
And
How did it
He's just asleep. He's asleep.
Okay, good. Noted. How did that feel to win?
I'm just unbelievable. I mean, obviously I'm so far away and stuff, but yeah, it was Alana texted me quite a while ago actually. I think they got the FX team, PR team got found out. I mean, it's ridiculous. I think I was up against Tandy Newton and stuff. Clearly I'm better.
Right. That's how it
No,
feels.
it's wild. It's so wild, and it's so down to everyone on this Zoom call and a million more people, Sam Johnson, and just it's just a dream job. So to be given an award to be in a dream show doing a dream job is come on, it's too much. Calm down.
That's so cool. I mean,
Thank you, Kyle.
and a little something that got you there is your singing voice. What was the inspiration for your singing voice? Do you have any, or is that just what naturally comes out of you?
My mum's friends. She has a lot of very special friends. One particular one who has a keyboard who would whip it out at my mum is in a weird. This is such a ridiculous answer. My mum's is in a religion that's quite weird. But it's a wonderful faith. It's just very spiritual. But they love to sing, and at any opportunity. So yeah, based on big shout out to Eve and her keyboard.
Yeah.
Listen to her do a lot of that's
It's so good. Thank you. My next question was, can I get a little sneak peek because I'm jonesing for it, and you gave it to me, so that's
Got it
good.
there. Just got it. What's
Yeah.
that song that everyone's going crazy about? My wet ass pussy.
Oh, that could be a viral sensation right there.
I think I've done it.
Yeah.
Kyle.
Yo.
Why don't you jump to our special segment where we've done so many of these panels, and then we thought we would have each of the cast members write a question that they wanted to ask of their other cast members anonymously. So you don't have to say whose questions was whose. I don't think Kyle even knows, but
I am unbiased. I have no clue. I'm just going, I see number 1, and that's
Right.
it. So here's number 1. If you could swap roles with another cast member, who would it be and why?
I would swap with Harvey because I can't do an accent, but I can do a kind of a meek, nerdy Latino. So no, but I would switch with Harvey because I think that's what he does. His character's in an area that I think play, and it would be fun. I like being the beta.
Yeah, that's a great spot. Yeah. Harvey.
I mean, if I could do it, I would do Tosh, gender bender. I'll do Tosh because I feel like she just says what she wants, and it's such the opposite of Guillermo, like where he's holding back, and then I think her character is just like, you stupid, but anything. So yeah, it'd be nice to cuss a little bit.
Tosh, what about you?
Probably Mark's character. I love all the stuff in the office and stuff. I just think it's so funny, and also I think it's a really sorry, that was the dog.
Not a fan, huh?
What's up?
Not a fan of Mark.
Was that really the dog?
Sure it was. Dog.
What was the source of the sound though?
An anus.
Oh my
Is that anus? Okay.
Wow.
Mark, who's Mark?
So, all right. So you want to play Mark? Got it. What about you, Matt? Who would you play?
Probably Sean the neighbor or Sean the neighbor's wife.
Charmaine. Yeah.
That's good. Those guys are wild. Kayvon.
I've been racking my brain about this one, and I think it would have to be you, Kyle.
Sorry.
Oh my God!
Would you feed that dog cigars?
Yeah.
I think you need to put it down.
Jeez.
So he's never. I'm not lying. He has never made that noise before.
You need to literally put it down.
Yeah, Matt's right.
Well,
JK.
I'm so sorry. I'm really not trying to still focus, guys. It's just,
no, it's fine. It's
Wait,
fine. I was
Kay-
about to do an impression of Kyle. Now it's totally ruined.
no, do it.
Now do it.
Do it.
Well, yeah, I like the idea of being Kyle because he wanders out on set with his big coffee. He's like smiling, right? Hey, man, good. Okay, action.
I like that.
How was it?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that was good. Man. That was great. Fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Fantastic.
You want to do another one? No?
Just one more. Just tweak it a little.
I don't mind.
So you would. Okay, so you consider. I'm just honored that you consider me a cast member as the director. That's very cool.
Do we have the same hair? So what can you?
Yeah, you're on. I'm down. Okay, number 2. Which Hollywood A-lister would you cast to play your character in the movie version of the TV version of the movie version? We'll start with you, Kayvon.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can I go last? Because I can't think of anyone
Sure.
right now.
Great. We'll
Thanks.
start with Matt.
No, I can't. You have to go to someone else.
Okay, we're gonna start with Harvey.
Oh.
Ellen.
Ellen. I don't know. That's no. The next person. I
think you got to imagine it's a big budget. It's big budget, and it's going to be terrible. That they're going to pay a lot of money. So Harvey, you could go. Like a.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, go, Matt.
Lady Gaga.
Ooh.
And she'd be fantastic.
That's great.
I would go probably either Jermaine Clement or
Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, shut up, Matt.
Oh yeah, she'd be good.
Aubrey
She's good.
would be fantastic.
She's great, but I got the job.
Will you quit squeezing that dog?
Honestly, what is going on?
I would say Catherine O'Hara would be my dream. She's so good.
She is great.
That is good.
I would do like, again, like it would be like gender bender, like Kate Winslet would take the role of a lifetime.
Tilda Swinton
Damn.
as Guillermo.
Oh, Kate Winslet as Guillermo.
I think Tom Cruise could play your part, Harvey.
Tom Cruise, yeah, it's another one. Imagine Tom Cruise doing action stuff. Who'd have thought it?
I mean, he
I'm
does.
surprised you didn't think of Antonio Banderas, who's such an inspiration to Guillermo. But I guess he's more. I'm going to stand by that. I like that.
He's been doing like theater. So Antonio's been busy doing theater. I think Tom would probably do an action film of Guillermo. Yeah.
So you didn't pick Antonio Banderas because he's not available? That's
not available for us, period.
I'm dying to know what Mark's answer is.
Moby.
Yeah, I mean, probably Rob Corddry, just because we look alike. It wouldn't be a big stretch.
Dream bigger. Come on.
Gosh, Christopher Guest would be like, I think would do an incredible job,
answer.
of course. My joke answer, what would be funny? Kim Kardashian.
woo.
Good joke answer. Good joke answer.
Yeah, it was
Great joke answer.
I was going to do Army Hammer, but I feel like he's been pounded enough today.
Too hot.
I mean,
Too hot.
Who's doing the pounding?
his hammer.
I think they call it tenderizing, actually.
I need to look this up because this is fascinating. I haven't been keyed into the Hollywood news for a while, so.
Good for you.
Can I do my casting choice now, please?
Oh yes, of course.
Thank you. Because I thought of a very good one, and it's someone that you all know because he's a Hollywood A-lister, and he looks kind of similar to me, but just better and more A-listy. And that would be Jason Momoa, everyone.
Very good.
yeah.
That's a really
Very
good
real.
one.
Yeah.
He would do a lot better too.
Who's that?
Oh. Who's Jason Momoa?
Yeah.
You don't know.
All right, just go on your computer and Google Cannibal Army Hammer. No, don't. Sorry.
I don't know him.
Aquaman, Matt. Aquaman.
Right.
Still, yeah.
Do you know?
Still don't know.
Aquaman?
Still don't know him.
All right. He looks like him. He's just way buffer.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
incredibly
actually,
buffer.
No, wait. You don't know. This
So
frame
much more
line
buff.
is. You don't know what this
So
frame
much-
line is.
Can you remember his lines? This other guy?
Can he hit his marks?
Is this the
okay.
reputation that I have earned for myself? A non-line learning mark hitter.
No, you're good.
Listen, I always hit my fucking marks. All right.
All right, all right, all right. It was a joke, man. Chill. I'm just happy you're not as strong as freaking Momoa right now.
I always find the camera lens.
Okay, here we go. If you could pick any living actor to be a guest star on the show, who would it be?
Lisa Kudrow or Kristen Wiig or Catherine O'Hara.
One.
I can't decide. They're all so exciting for me.
Okay.
Or actually, RuPaul.
Nice.
That's yeah. I would want Bob Newhart, but I I don't think he would want to come up to Canada and work in the freezing cold at his age.
Me too. He is my favorite of all time.
He's my favorite of all time.
Wow.
I
That would-
steal from him all the time.
How old is Bob Newhart?
He still
I
works?
think 94 right now.
Whoa.
Maybe a
dream.
little younger, but yeah.
That is so cool. Harvey?
And he would be a good energy vampire.
No, that's true. He'd be a good energy vampire who doesn't realize he's an energy vampire.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't understand why people are sort of dozing off while he's talking to him. Harvey.
I would say like I'm a big fan of Amy Sedaris.
Mm,
She's very
yeah, she's
Sedaris
great.
to play with. Yeah, bring her on down.
Matt?
Piers Brosnan.
Yes.
It's Doubtfire. Oh, yeah.
Hold it,
That's pretty
Matt. You've emailed me. You've
Awesome.
emailed me before about trying to see if we could get David Crosby on the show.
That's who I would. Yeah, that would be my number one. But you're not going to get Crosby.
We'll see.
If
Isn't
you
he in
did,
jail?
I wouldn't be able to deal with it. That would, yeah. Crosby would be first. Piers Brosnan would be next.
Well, don't forget, Matt, you have a way of making dreams come true because you were the one who originally sent around the Elvis guy and said, "Is
And
there
he was
any way
fantastic.
we can get him
He's
on the
great.
show?" And he was so great.
So we
Kayvon.
send this to Paul. Okay, we're gonna.
Yeah. Yeah. Send the list to Paul. He'll make it happen.
Well, having just watched Sicario and Sicario 2 back to back and loving every second of those movies, I would say Benicio del Toro, I think, would be quite nerve-wracking to be around in a good way. And Josh Brolin as well.
Come
as
on
a
out,
vampire,
guys.
as a vampire hunter or something. Something just
Good.
Come on out, guys. You heard it here first at PaleyFest panel. Come on out. Get in the show.
I thought you were doing like a really bad
What?
impression of whoever I just mentioned that I
James
can't
Brolin?
remember.
No, I was
Yeah, that's
telling
it,
all
Josh
these
Brolin.
people.
Josh
I was-
Brolin.
That's my. Come on out, guys. Everybody knows that line from Brolin. Come on.
Oh, you're doing Josh Brolin.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've been working on it for years. Here's a question that I don't fully get, but Matt Berry, what was the red stuff you kept putting on your fangs in season 2?
I'm not telling you. There's no way I'm telling you that because I'll probably do it again. So why would I piss on my chips now?
What
What
red stuff?
would Wade say to me, is there anything in my teeth? Yeah, and like, most of the time you'd be like, no, they're fine. Like, and then every now and then there'd be so much red stuff and I could just see it while we were doing scenes and he would never tell me what it was. I thought it was the wax off of like Edam cheese. That's what I was like, where's he getting Edam cheese?
Probably
wax?
that.
Forgot to take
No,
the wax off.
Anyway,
Or he only
that
eats
was
the
my
wax.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously Natasha asking Matt that one. Okay. But he's
Well,
not
I
gonna
said
he's not gonna say.
I had more to the group last night as well, which was
All right, here. This one's for everybody. List your 3 favorite things about Natasha Demetriou. Go ahead,
where's
Matt.
that?
oh, who suggested that?
Just list your 3 favorite things. Yeah. Who would have suggested that? I don't know.
Wow, what a response.
Let's move on.
Hold on, I've got it.
Okay.
A smile.
Oh.
Oh, what do you mean? You're not agreeing?
No,
smile.
no, that just was so genuine and awesome. Like, it was great.
Her ears, because you don't get to see them very often, and when you do, they're like a big hug. And her smile.
Oh.
If that dog had any
Not twice.
comic timing at all, the dog would have.
Okay, Mark, list your 3 favorite things about Natasha Demetriou.
Oh, I could go on and on. Tosh is very, very funny. She's very caring. She can take it as well as she gives it, and she's incredibly generous, and she's a very, very nice person to be around when you're feeling down because you're away from your family.
Mark.
And she has toe fungus, which is out of control. And I guess that's a negative. But other than that, she's lovely.
Okay, copy that. Matt, Barry.
When I took this job, I was told by Jermaine that Aubrey Plaza would be playing my wife. So imagine my crashing disappointment on day one when I wasn't faced with Aubrey Plaza. No, that's not true. No, she's great, and I'm very, very lucky. There you go.
All
Now,
right.
It was such a joke.
I know. I can't believe we're taking this joke answer and going around to everyone, but I'm enjoying it.
It's really sweet.
Yeah.
Harvey,
Still got 15 more.
Harvey, what are your 3 favorite things about your co-star?
I love Tosh. She's hilarious. She's the only person I can talk about RuPaul's Drag Race with. And I like when she says chica.
A lot of cultural appropriation happening between me and Harvey.
Yeah. Now that I say it out loud, it's actually not possible. Tosh, we need to talk.
And last but not least, Natasha, please list your 3 favorite things about
good.
Natasha Demetriou.
Very, very, always needs the toilet. So giving a lot of attention to the bathroom. Has a dog and
that needs the bathroom.
And she's in a show with the best people in the world.
Oh, no.
Nice. I'm melting over here. It's awesome. All right. This one, I don't know. I got one more. Yeah, I got one more. One last question for the whole thing.
I think so. I don't know. No one's telling me when we're supposed to wrap up, but I know there's another good one coming.
Well, yeah, there's actually 2, but here's one. Tell us one fact about yourself that no one knows and that you've never been asked about before.
I'm just trying to think. I broke my nose doing a trust exercise.
Oh, these are all going to be sad ones, aren't they?
I'm trying to what are the sort of
Mine isn't sad.
Go on, Matt. You do one.
All right, Matt, what's up?
Are you aware of a show called Dancing with the Stars?
Yes.
So Dancing with the Stars, the theme goes ba ba dum 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 dum. Hey, like that. And there's a guitar line that's playing underneath it. I'm playing the guitar line, and it's me that goes, "Hey."
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
Now that's a good. And do you get a little bit of money every time that we hear that?
Nothing.
Oh,
my mate Dan wrote that theme and recorded that theme for the UK show, which is called Strictly Come Dancing. Yeah, so that's
cool.
the only
That's
reason.
crazy.
Is it on the UK one as well?
I don't know. I know for a fact that it's on the US one.
All right, I'll be watching that later.
That's
Now,
awesome.
that's a good answer to that question.
Yes. Mark, anything about yourself that no one knows and you've never been asked about before?
No.
It's all public record.
I'm an open book. There's
Mark,
nothing.
this is actually for work purposes. How is your singing voice?
Well, the thing I was going to reveal, which I'm kind of wary about right now, is that I've been recording and writing my own music for 20 years. I just never put it out.
Really?
Wow.
And
what
so
kind
my
of
singing
music?
voice is okay.
Are you? Is that a joke?
Mm.
Mark, what genre of music?
I mean, it's changed over time. It used to be all electronic, and then it moved into more instrumental stuff. And
He's
now
fucking with Matt. He's fucking with.
I'm seriously not. I'm actually, and this is no joke, and I've been working during the quarantine on an album about Magnum PI, the old Magnum PI.
Stop it.
I'm not joking. It's
Oh
a
my
weird alternative reality of Magnum PI of when they're not on camera. Because I love Magnum PI, and yeah, so, but yeah, I can sing okay.
Am I
Not
asleep?
great.
No, no, this is really
I feel like
happening.
I
I'm
really
dreaming.
hope it is real.
It
That's
is real. I swear it's real. I have a
unbelievable.
little studio
Oh.
here in the desert, and yeah,
Okay, we got to get a listen to that.
no, won't
Yeah.
happen. Which is why I don't release any of the music. I feel like no one would give a shit.
Do you
so.
let your wife hear the songs?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
close friends, I assume.
No, they don't know.
Jason Woliner,
Wow.
Doesn't know.
Tim Heidecker.
Nope, doesn't know.
Wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's something I just kind of, it's a hobby. It's not something that I like. Matt's obviously a great songwriter and singer, and he pursues it. I think I'm a middling at best songwriter and singer, and so I'd rather just do it on my own. And
If
I
you ever need
love
someone to, lay down some bars.
I was actually going to ask Jamie if he'd want to sing on the album. I'm not joking, because
Oh,
he has
he's
such a
great.
great voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. He's got an amazing voice. Yes, my brother has an amazing voice.
It is a beautiful voice.
Yes, yes.
Harvey.
Harvey, tell us one fact about yourself that no one knows and you've never been asked about before.
After college, I moved to Japan for 13 months.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, wait, you told me that.
and I learned Japanese, and yeah, but not I moved there to do a show, and then when I got there, I was young and stupid. I thought it was going to be in English, and it was an American show, but it's Japanese. And so when I got there, like, here's your script, and I was like, this isn't Japanese. They're like, hi, go there. We open in 2 weeks. And I was like,
Can you remember any of it?
I do. To this day, I still sing the songs in Japanese. It's like, well, it was Wicked and Wicked the musical. And I was the understudy to the wizard with the white wig and all of that. And to this day, I still sing the wizard song in Japanese. So whenever I hear it, like if I go watch it on Broadway, it's like Sentimental Man. I don't know. Do you guys know Wicked? You know Wicked, right?
I love Wicked. Yeah.
Yeah. So he sings
Adele Dazeem.
the Adele Dazeem.
Adele
Yeah.
Dazeem.
So Sentimental Man. I was the Kokoro Yasashi Otoko sa Dakari Tsumo Chibu no Be. Yeah. So
See,
that's
Harvey,
great.
this is the kind of detail you got to let us know about, because you know it's going to find its way into the show. So
Oh, yeah.
I about this. I was like, you can sing, and I was like, I went to school for musical theater. We got to get that on the show, and then never talked about it.
The show
Yeah.
is only
I
beginning.
did guys, I did a ski season.
Woo! That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. It's an easy one. Have any of you seen Workaholics, and who is your favorite character, not counting the three main guys or anyone in the office?
Great speaking to you, Carl. See you, buddy.
Maybe he played a drug dealer or something like that,
It's Pioneer Check.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Director, performer,
Oh my
writer,
god.
producer.
Oh wow,
Director,
thank you.
performer, writer, producer.
Wait, you used to do a show?
Thanks, man. Thank you for knocking me back. I really love
Jet
that.
Set Hudson, he was the best.
Thank you. Yes, he was the best. Thank you for joining us for this special PaleyFest conversation with members of the wonderful cast and creative team behind What We Do in the Shadows. And thanks to PaleyFest's official card, Citi, and festival sponsor, Verizon. Yes. You can learn more about the Paley Center by visiting paleycenter.org. Once again, that's paleycenter.org.
.org.
Thank you so much and take care.
thank you.
Thank you.